Caitlin Clark. Now, I am here to tell you guys, I told y'all from jump. This whole situation with this team is looking real spooky because for the simple fact, you can tell there is a little tension between other players and Caitlin Clark. Man, we just had a situation earlier where Sonia Citron said she was recognized. Somebody thought she was Caitlin Clark. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is the tide that rises all boats, and it's just an ugly situation. Now, these are some of the receipts that has been found, and I'm telling you,
recent developments have emerged regarding tensions within the Indiana Fever organization, specifically involving family members of player Kelsey Mitchell making critical statements about teammate Caitlin Clark. Multiple social media posts from Mitchell's relatives have surfaced, creating additional controversy around the team dynamics. The situation has escalated as various family members have publicly expressed negative opinions about Clark's impact on the team. These comments have been circulating since early July, gaining significant attention across social media platforms. The controversy appears to reflect deeper issues within the Fever roster regarding player relationships and team chemistry. Evidence has surfaced showing Mitchell family members posting disparaging comments about Clark's performance and value to the team.
now, these are some of the receipts that has been found. And I'm telling you right now, this is more members of Kelsey Mitchell family speaking out against Caitlin. Now, I do want to let you guys know her sister did deactivate her X account, but this is one of Kelsey Mitchell relatives right here. And this is some of the talk right here. This is just some of the stuff. It goes on to say Indiana needs to really think.
One relative posted criticism suggesting Indiana should reconsider Clark's role, claiming she causes more harm than benefit to the franchise. This particular comment appeared on September 9th, though the date was later corrected to July 9th. Additional posts from June 25th highlighted family members defending Mitchell's position as the team's primary talent. The comments argued that Clark lacks sufficient skills to serve as the team's featured player, criticizing her defensive abilities and suggesting she struggles with physical contact while frequently complaining to officials. These posts predicted that Clark's recent strong performances would not continue at the same level. Family members also emphasized Mitchell's consistent availability and contributions, noting she completed the previous season without missing games, finished 10th in MVP voting, and played a crucial role in the team's playoff qualification.
Say Indiana needs to really think about CC. I feel like she hurting them more than helping them. That was on September the 9th, 2025. I mean July the 9th. I'm sorry, guys. And then we got on June 25th, just want to leave this here. Kelsey Mitchell has always and will forever be the best player on the Fever team, other than Tamika, catching AB directly after. I said it once and I'll say it again.
However, critics have pointed out that Mitchell had been with the organization for multiple seasons without reaching the playoffs until Clark's arrival. The controversy has led to Mitchell's sister deactivating her social media account on the platform formerly known as Twitter. While her Instagram remains active, the X account has been completely removed, suggesting attempts to distance from the ongoing drama. Chelsea Mitchell's account now shows no results when searched, indicating a complete deactivation rather than temporary suspension. Despite the family drama, Kelsey Mitchell herself has not publicly addressed or responded to the situation. The silence from the player adds another layer to the speculation about internal team dynamics and potential conflicts between teammates.
After I said it once and I'll say it again, CC don't have a big enough bag to be the main character of the team. She don't like playing defense, and she can't play through most contact without complaining, especially in a physicality of the league. Sad to say, these games she's having are going to be her new normal. Then it went on to say she will have more assists per game, but her points won't be as high.
The situation has raised questions about team unity and chemistry within the Fever organization. Previous incidents involving other players have also contributed to concerns about how Clark's presence and popularity affect teammate relationships. These tensions appear to extend beyond just Mitchell's family, suggesting broader issues within the roster. The controversy coincides with ongoing discussions about the team's performance and expectations. Coach Stephanie White recently addressed questions about the team's championship aspirations during a press conference, though her comments sparked additional criticism from observers who noted contradictions with earlier statements about the organization's goals. White's interview responses included discussions about defensive awareness and transition play, explaining how players must recognize matchups and scouting reports during live action.
She will have more assists per game, but her points won't be as high. Now, guys, I done went on ahead and told y'all Caitlin Clark points is not going to be as high because of the system she's currently in. And the system she's currently in is none other than this motion offense. Now, this is another one of Kelsey Mitchell relatives. This right here states sports in general, but that season, Mitchell never even missed a game, finished the season 10th in the MVP voting, and played a huge role in helping the Fever make the playoffs. Okay, why has she been there all these days?
She emphasized the importance of making opponents execute difficult plays rather than allowing comfortable scoring opportunities, particularly regarding directional tendencies and three-point shooting. When questioned about the team's status as potential contenders, White suggested that external opinions rather than internal expectations drove those assessments. This response contradicted previous public statements where championship expectations were explicitly mentioned during early season press conferences. The coach acknowledged that experience remains irreplaceable, noting that only veteran players Toshia and Sydney possess championship-level experience. She attributed some struggles to roster disruptions and positional changes that have prevented consistent rotations and team continuity. White explained that championship-caliber teams distinguish themselves during crucial 2 or 3 minute stretches where miscommunications, defensive breakdowns, and poor shot selection cannot occur.
Okay, why has she been there all these damn years and they just now making the playoffs, bro? Like all this stuff, no disrespect to Kelsey Mitchell. I said this before, bro. She's a phenomenal player, but they ain't getting to the playoffs without Caitlin Clark. It was AB and Kelsey last year, and they couldn't even make it to the damn playoffs. Like, no disrespect to her family, y'all delusional, man. They say Mitchell might not take a lot of the headlines, all the buzz around Clark, but make no mistake about it, Kelsey Mitchell is the soul of the franchise, and she's earned it.
She emphasized that games and series outcomes depend on these small margins, acknowledging that while the team might perform well for 30 or 38 minutes, those critical moments determine success or failure. The ongoing situation represents multiple challenges facing the Indiana Fever organization: family members creating public controversy, potential teammate tensions, coaching explanations that contradict previous statements, and questions about realistic expectations all contribute to a complex organizational dynamic. These developments continue to generate discussion about professional athletics, family involvement in player careers, social media impact on team chemistry, and the pressures facing high-profile rookies in professional sports. The situation remains unresolved as Mitchell has not addressed the family comments, and the team continues working through various internal and external challenges. The criticism surrounding Stephanie White's coaching approach has reached a breaking point.
It's the soul of the franchise, and she's earned it. We never said she wasn't, but for her being the main character here, no, that is not the case. And this is another one of her relatives sharing this. Now, this was a video, I believe, that has come out. I don't think it got sound to it, of Kelsey Mitchell relatives, I believe taking pictures with all of the basketball players. What's this here? But yeah, guys, this stuff is everywhere. All the receipts.
Her handling of the Indiana Fever continues to draw scrutiny, particularly regarding her persistent use of an egalitarian offensive system that doesn't match the team's personnel capabilities. The roster construction presents significant challenges, yet White maintains the same strategic approach regardless of circumstances. Examining the Indiana Fever's current lineup reveals fundamental flaws. The team operates with approximately 1.5 legitimate playmakers, primarily Aaliyah Boston and Ari McDonald. Dantas has shown improvement this season despite previous struggles, while Sid Coulson's 13 minutes per game seems excessive given her contributions. Without Caitlin Clark available, alternative solutions exist that remain unexplored.
Guys, this stuff is everywhere. All the receipts is coming up. A Kelsey Mitchell family all online spilling the beans on Caitlin. And I don't know, man. It's coming as a surprise to us, but I'm telling you right now, I told y'all something was off in Indy. Kelsey looking real spooky. Her sister has deactivated her X account, so you try to type her damn name in, you ain't gonna see nothing. Chelsea, let's see here if I can type it in. Chelsea Mitchell.
Several rotation adjustments could address these issues, utilizing lineups featuring Hull, Dantis, Boston, and Howard, while having Hull or Sophie handle ball advancement duties presents viable options. When facing full-court pressure, Boston could assume primary ball handling responsibilities. The opposition isn't applying intense defensive pressure on Boston in these situations, making her a natural point guard candidate for initiating offensive sets. McDonald's decision-making continues to pose problems. Her tunnel vision often leads to possessions where teammates become afterthoughts,
when they don't have the personnel for it. If you look at the Indiana Fever's roster, it's incredibly flawed. Also, why are you running an 8-man rotation against the best team in the second best team in the WNBA in July? In a game you're probably going to lose. Why are you running an 8-man rotation? What's the point? But if you look at the Indiana Fever, you have 1.5 playmakers in Aaliyah Boston and Ari McDonald. Dandas was terrible, but I think she's been good this year. Sid Colson should not be playing 13 minutes a game. She shouldn't. And you might be saying, oh, but like there's no Caitlin Clark.
While capable of quality passing, her predetermined choices prevent recognition of developing opportunities around her. This pattern limits offensive flow and reduces overall team effectiveness. White's post-game commentary following their recent loss reveals concerning perspectives. When questioned about the team's contender status given their projected talent and depth, her response deflected responsibility rather than addressing core issues directly. The suggestion that others should determine contender status contradicts earlier season optimism and the every game is a home game messaging.
And you might be saying, oh, but like there's no Caitlin Clark. Figure something out. Run Aaliyah, run some size. Run a Lexi Hull, go Dantis, go Aaliyah, go Lexi. Screw it, go Natasha Howard and play, get Lexi or Sophie to dribble the ball up the floor. And if they get pressed full court, tell Aaliyah to dribble the ball up the floor. Jonquel Jones isn't pressuring Aaliyah full court, is she? Aaliyah, you go play the one. You go play the one. You initiate the offense. It is what it is. Just try something new. Try something new if you don't want to run certain lineups. Like, why is it, again, that
the appropriate response would acknowledge injury impacts while maintaining confidence, emphasizing proven victories against top-tier opponents and expressing playoff optimism would demonstrate leadership. Instead, White's actual answer undermined team confidence and external perception. Her emphasis on championship experience as a necessity presents flawed logic. Citing Natasha Howard and Sid Colson as examples proves problematic given their recent performances.
Certain lineups. Like, why is it, again, that Ari McDonald a lot of the time just forgets that she has teammates, and she's tunnel visioned. Like, when she makes a decision, in fairness, she can make good passes, but when she makes that decision, she can't see what's going on around her. She's making a tunnel vision pass. And this is what Stephanie White said after the game.
This team was pegged as a contender, coming into the season with the talent, the depth on this roster, and obviously you got...
What depth?
Howard's offensive disappearance and Colson's -19 rating contradict the championship experience argument. Colson's minimal contributions during previous championship runs, primarily bench time with brief playoff appearances, hardly qualify as meaningful experience. Historical precedent contradicts White's championship experience theory. The New York Liberty's recent finals appearance featured players without championship backgrounds who performed exceptionally. Leo Fibbich and Jonquel Jones delivered outstanding finals performances despite lacking championship credentials.
You guys have dealt with injury and roster changes, but what do you think is missing right now from really allowing that to click, that competition with the upper echelon to click on a consistent basis?
Yeah, I mean, look, that's for everybody else to discuss whether we were really ready to be a contender or not.
Now, remember that now you know. Remember that every game is a home game. Remember that victory lap? It's up for other people.
Sabrina Ionescu, while inconsistent, provided crucial Game 3 heroics. Their two most impactful finals contributors had zero championship experience, yet excelled when needed most. White's claims about positional displacement lack foundation. Current personnel usage aligns with natural positions across the roster. McDonald operates at point guard, Mitchell at shooting guard, Hull exclusively at small forward, and Dantis primarily at power forward.
No, it's up for other people to discuss whether we're really a contender or not. First of all, it seems like she's just being like, we're not a contender. Like, the correct response, I mean this, the correct response to that question is, we haven't been healthy all year, and when we're healthy, I was like, we've proven we can beat some of the top teams in the WNBA with a full team or even without Caitlin Clark. And I'm confident when we make it into the playoffs that we can beat any team. That's it. That's it. That is how you answer that question.
Timmins, naturally a center, functions adequately at power forward. The perceived positional confusion stems from roster construction rather than tactical deployment. The roster's center-heavy composition creates natural limitations. 5 players function best at center position: Turner, Timmins, Dantas, Boston, and Howard. This concentration forces certain adjustments, but doesn't constitute playing players dramatically out of position.
That's it. That is how you answer that question. Not this crap.
Certainly there's no substitute for experience. And Tosh and Sid are the ones on our team that have championship caliber experience.
Like, you're literally like, there's not, the rest of our players aren't experienced, but Natasha Cloud and Natasha Howard and Sid Colson are. Man, Howard was non-existent yesterday on offense. In fairness, she did a good job on Stewie. And Sid Colson was minus 19. I don't care if you've got championship experience. She's got Darko championship experience. I'm sorry. She rode the bench one of those years.
Cunningham's versatility allows small ball power forward usage, representing strategic flexibility rather than positional confusion. White's continuity explanation for team struggles misses the fundamental issue. The team's offensive limitations extend beyond chemistry or rotation consistency. Their heavy reliance on individual talent, particularly one player's facilitation, creates systematic vulnerability. When that primary facilitator faces injury concerns throughout the season, team functionality deteriorates significantly.
I'm sorry. She rode the bench one of those years, and she rode the bench the other year until Game 4 of the finals, where New York Liberty absolutely threw it away. She did a really good job, and people, she has scored, 3 points? I think she scored 3 points, and people were so happy because she didn't basically lose them the game. She pretty much didn't lose them the game. People were so happy about that in Game 4 of the 2023 finals, which realistically, the New York Liberty just
Championship-level teams distinguish themselves during crucial game moments, those 2 or 3 minute stretches where precision becomes paramount. However, White's lineup decisions during these critical periods raise questions. Deploying combinations featuring Dantas and Cunningham at forward positions while asking Hull to guard elite opponents creates unnecessary disadvantages. The specific lineup featuring Colson at point guard with limited scoring options demonstrates questionable decision-making. Having one primary scorer available while facing defensive pressure from premier opponents seems strategically unsound.
2023 finals, which realistically, the New York Liberty just absolutely threw it away. They just threw it out away. What is she talking about? We need players that have championship experience. I'm sorry. You don't need players who have won championships in the past to win a championship. The New York Liberty last year, in the finals, they had 2 players that had won championships in the past. Courtney Vandersloot barely got off the bench. Stewie stunk it up by her standards in the finals. No championships for Leo Phoebish. Killed it.
The absence of both Boston and Howard simultaneously removes interior presence and scoring versatility. These rotation choices contributed directly to momentum shifts. Leading by 5 points entering the final minute of the third quarter, the team surrendered a 7-point run to close the period. Such collapses relate more to personnel deployment than player execution or effort. White's reluctance to acknowledge the obvious creates additional frustration.